The pitchfork and torches mob rules at the University of Lethbridge in southern Alberta. Near the end of January, it was announced that Francis Widdowson, who is a former member of the faculty at Mount Royal University in Calgary, was going to be a guest speaker at the University of Lethbridge. Now, Widdowson has some controversial views, but she is extremely good at researching Indigenous issues in Canada. And ironically, and it's ironic as you hear what I'm about to say, she styles herself as a Marxist. She's not an ultra-right-winger. But Widdowson got in trouble in 2020 and 2021 at Mount Royal because she said there were some good things about residential schools. They provided good education for some students. But that was politically incorrect. That wasn't woke enough. And cancel culture got to her. And the university, Mount Royal University in Calgary, let her go from a tenured position after she had been there for years because she wasn't politically correct enough. So when it was announced at the University of Lethbridge earlier this year that she'd be a guest speaker, the same forces of cancel culture and wokeism rose up to protest. Now, initially, Mike Mahon, who's the president of the University of Lethbridge, said, yes, she's controversial, but our institution's policy is that you may protest what she has to say. You may disagree. You are free to speak your minds in disagreement. But no matter whether someone's views are controversial or not, they have a right to be heard at our institution. And I thought, good for him. 4 days later, though, when this torches and pitchfork mob had sent him 2,500 signatures on a petition saying you have to ban her, Mahon said, oh, yes, we're very committed to free speech here at the University of Lethbridge, but if we allow Francis Widdowson to speak, someone might be hurt. Did he mean physically hurt? No. Widdowson has never, ever advocated violence. She's a very peaceful person. I've met her twice and very impressed by her gentleness. What Mahon, the president of the University of Lethbridge, meant was people's feelings would be hurt. It might trigger some people on campus to have bad reactions. And so therefore, all of this glorious talk about freedom of expression and the university's commitment to free speech went out the window as soon as the mob ringed the president's office virtually. That's not a commitment to free speech. That's an extension of cancel culture. And the University of Lethbridge should be ashamed of itself for having canceled Widdowson's speech. But that's what the academy, that's what campuses have become in Canada far too often, is places where opposing views are not heard. Hundreds of millions of dollars go into public universities in Canada and in Alberta. Billions of dollars goes into public universities. And the best that they can do is to adopt orthodox, woke, elite speech codes that prohibit anyone else from saying their piece. For Post Media, I'm Lorne Gunter.